Welcome to Lukla, a place I'm sure all fellow flight simmers are very familiar with. We'll be taking to the skies today in this MB339 to have a look at a new product from Orbx, the Himalaya mesh. Now, for complete transparency, this product was provided to me for free by Orbx, but of course my thoughts are my own. This releases on the 16th of November 2021 and comes in at an install size of about 20 gigabytes. Further into the video there will be an over-under comparison between this Himalaya mesh and default scenery, but for now, to keep things simple, let me just read the spiel from the Orbx store. Known for its characteristic features of soaring heights, alpine glaciers and jagged peaks, the Himalayas, or Himalaya, which is derived from the Sanskrit words of snow abode, is home to the highest mountains in the world. Himalaya mesh has been carefully blended from 3 sources, resulting in a crisp 10-meter resolution to give you a truly unique experience in the area. This is also by far our largest in terms of coverage area, with an installation size of just over 20 gigabytes. Like our other Microsoft Flight Simulator mesh products, Himalaya Mesh is a 100% self-contained product with no changes made to the default mesh or any other files. With virtually no noticeable performance impact, each LOD is consistent without any blurring and minimal LOD morphing when flying over the mountainous terrain of the Himalayan ranges. Now, those aren't my own words, that's straight from the store. But we're going to be taking a look and seeing if this is worth your hard-earned money. Now, talking of money, it's not an expensive package. It comes in at around £8.54, just over €10, or around $11.50 US. And I think that very shortly I'll prove that there's more to this product than may initially meet the eye. There is something about the Himalayas not possessed by the Alps. Something unseen and unknown. A charm that pervades every hour spent among them. A mystery intriguing and disturbing. Confronted by them, a man loses his grasp of ordinary things, perceiving himself as immortal. An entity capable of outdistancing all changes, all decay, all life, all death. I think when most people think about a mesh add-on for Flight Sim, they're mostly concerned with the resolution. But I think this package, more than anything else, really improves or almost totally negates terrain morphing. On the top you've got default scenery, and below is obviously the Orbx Himalayas mesh. Now if you watch the top, you can see the ground morphing in front of you. I've tried to pick examples where it's fairly obvious, and you can see it happening now, bits and bobs, bumps here changing, quite apparent there. And what you're going to need to really do is just rewind a little bit and then look at the bottom one. And you can't see it happening. Well, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, it's just very unobtrusive. It doesn't draw your eye like it does in the top one. Almost imperceptible. Now I've kept this clip running. Now look at the distance, look at the mountain in the distance we're heading towards. Actually at the back there's Everest, but you can see that mountain right in the middle. Look at the top, it looks very different from the Orbx one below. The Orbx one below is almost what it's like when you arrive at it, but watch the top one change. And this is what I mean, it's quite obvious. And not only that one, to the left as well, just changed. And any moment now it's going to start gradually becoming more and more like we're already seeing it in the Himalaya mesh. Saw some changes there to the left third. There we go, massive jump. It's not finished yet. And see, the bottom one's pretty much already there. A massive jump again, and now it's matching up pretty closely with what we got underneath. And again, the mountain is still changing, and look to the left. That one's about to go. Oh, there's just more morphing, even closer. This is what I think is the biggest selling point. I think they're underselling it. There we go, the left one's just changed. It's all changing quite a lot. But look, the bottom one, I'm not saying you can't see it in Orbx if you really look for it, but it's not obvious. Okay, and here we go with another example with ground close up. Now as we go over this ridge, in fact I think some changes are about to happen on their ridge, there you go. But as we go over this, you're going to get inundated with terrain changes. And off it goes. Look at that, it's just, the top one is just, the difference is quite amazing. And the bottom one we're pretty much already done, as the top one sorts itself out. And I'm running on basically ultra settings, as high as everything will go. Level of terrain detail 400, everything is pretty much as high as I can put it. And again, it's not just that. Obviously, like I said, most people think of resolution, and resolution is a factor. You can see specific edges and so on, but you get more definition in the Orbx one. But I don't think that really jumps out. That's something you've really got to look for. But for me, the selling point is this lack of terrain morphing. You can actually see here, right in the middle, the terrain is looking somewhat different as you get close. So yeah, I think that's the factor to consider over resolution for me personally, and that is why I love this package. If you haven't done so already, I highly recommend jumping onto the Orbx store and grabbing their free mesh for Iceland. Of course, it covers a much smaller area and has an install size of around 760 megabytes, but it's totally free, so go ahead and grab it.